Everyone remembers the tale of how a little kid, Kevin McAllister, saved his family home from a pair of bumbling burglars in 1990's Home Alone. It's become a perennial holiday classic and was added to the National Film Registry just the other day. And for good reason. But not long after, Hollywood started milking this cow for all it's worth. There was Home Alone 2 in 1992, and then Home Alone 3 in 1997, which has even less to do with the original. This was followed by Home Alone 4, Taking Back the House in 2002, Home Alone the Holiday Heist in 2012, and Home Sweet Home Alone in 2021. There's a reason you've probably not heard of most of those. They were lousy. But even beyond these missteps, the industry has been making knockoff versions of this story ever since 1990. They all feature bumbling burglars trying to rob a stupidly huge mansion at Christmas and being thwarted by a kid or pets or whatever. So based on that premise, the ref doesn't really count here. Hey friends, Barkey Dog here, back with another Christmas movie review. And in this one, we're going to take a look at some knockoff Home Alones. This is by no means a complete list, sadly, but there are many of these. And are these ones any good? Well, let's take a gander at some of them, shall we? First up, we have Christmas Thieves from 2021. In this one, Tom Arnold and his partner, Michael Madsen, are burglars robbing a magician's home, and they steal a supposedly magical book. The alarm goes off, so they flit over to a neighboring house, which just happens to be where a lady cop and her kids are living. While the lady cop is called out to investigate the robbery, the two robbers pretend to be the babysitters she called, and they spend the evening pretending to watch the kids while looking for a chance to escape the neighborhood. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I never even finished this one. It was that bad. See, this book they stole acts as a clunky storytelling device, where the robbers read the stories to the kids, trying to get them to go to bed so they can escape. The stories are clips from another thing altogether, a badly animated CGI kids cartoon show called Arctic Friends. So you can think of the movie as being a crap delivery device. Not funny, not clever, not interesting. It looks and feels really cheap. And splicing in the cartoon segments does not help this one at all, because Tom Arnold is basically narrating all the action. It would have been much better without all that, and it begs the question why they did it in the first place. I suppose some of the cast are trying, but not nearly hard enough. The real crime here is that this thing was even made. And not only that, it has a sequel called The Good Witch of Christmas from 2022. No relation to the Good Witch series from Hallmark, and no, I have no plans to watch it. This is best avoided, like being naughty when you know Santa is watching you. And he is. Next up is Alone for Christmas from 2013. How much of a knockoff is it? Well, the original title was going to be Bone Alone. This one has a talking dog. Ridiculous, isn't it? Who would believe something like that? What? Actually, it has two talking dogs. One little dog that gets the older dog into trouble. The dogs talk via CGI mouth movements, but humans don't hear them talking or see their mouths moving like human mouths. Anyway, thanks to the little dog wrecking the tree, the older dog gets the blame, and can't travel with the family to Grandma's for Christmas. He's got to go to a dog sitter's. He runs off and goes home, but that works out because these three morons are planning to rob the house when the family is away. The dog here manages to make traps and things as a gauntlet for the robbers to get through, just like Kevin did in Home Alone. This one is fair. It's really made for little kids. They'll like it okay. There are no name-brand actors I could see. Speaking of talking dogs, how about The Dog Who Saved Christmas from 2009? Here, the dog only talks in voiceover, not moving his mouth. Anyway, our hero here used to be a canine police dog, but lost the ability to bark and wound up on the streets, poor fella. He gets adopted by the Bannister family, who are in need of a watchdog. But because he can't bark, he's kind of useless as a watchdog. So you guessed it, while the family goes off to Grandma's for Christmas, the dog is left behind and has to thwart the two bumbling burglars who try to break in and rob the place. The dog, again, makes traps and such to slow down the robbers. Now, this one is a little better. It's still kind of meh, though, but better than the other two, and it has a name-brand cast. First, we have Gary Valentine from the King of Queens sitcom as the Bannister patriarch. Mario Lopez from Saved by the Bell and Pacific Blue voices the dog. Dean Cain from Lois and Clark, that's right, Superman, plays one of the robbers, and he and his partner, played by Joey Diaz, are kind of funny. Mindy Sterling is here. She played the Frau in the Austin Powers movies. She's the goofy grandma in this. And Adrienne Barbeau from Maude and the first Swamp Thing movie is here as the old biddy across the street. She has a cat. Yeah. Kane and Barbeau are actually trying to do some proper acting here. Diaz is fine too. Sterling is playing a character part, and the balance of the cast is kind of sitcom-y. The movie is alright, but again, aimed at kids. Probably because it was fairly cheap to make. The Dog Who Saved Christmas led to a series of sequels. The Dog Who Saved Christmas Vacation, The Dog Who Saved Halloween, The Dog Who Saved the Holidays, The Dog Who Saved Easter, and The Dog Who Saved Summer, all between 2010 and 2015. And that leads us to the last one on this list, Christmas Break-In from 2019. Here we have a little girl, Izzy, who wants nothing more for Christmas than an electric guitar. So her workaholic parents have promised to take her to the guitar store. I guess the local Guitars R Us? They're having a big Christmas Eve sale and they're going to buy her a guitar for Christmas. But then a big snowstorm moves in and school is canceled and the kids sent home, all except Izzy, who is waiting for her parents to show up. But of course, they forgot. Now there's this friendly janitor who has been teaching Izzy to play the guitar between classes. He's the last grown-up to leave, and he leaves her at the school, promising to check back if necessary. Now this dopey kid forgot her cell phone, so she has no way to call for help, and the snow is coming down in buckets. Fortunately, the janitor allowed her to wait inside the school building. Meanwhile, you've got these three idiots. Robbers who stole all the coins collected by the Salvation Army Santas in town. They make their escape in an ice cream truck, because of course they do. So the girl is trapped in the school. The parents, the janitor, and her older brother are all separately racing to the school through the blizzard to rescue her. And the robbers break in to wait for the storm to pass. The little girl does the Kevin McAllister thing to try and thwart the crooks when they grab the janitor and tie him up. This one does have some name brands on board, the biggest of which is Danny Glover from Lethal Weapon, who plays the friendly school janitor. We also have the former supermodel and one-time Bond girl Denise Richards as the mom. The dad is Sean O'Brien. He's been around in a lot of supporting roles. And the guitar-crazy little girl, Izzy, is played by Cameron Seeley. She voiced Cindy Lou Who in the 2018 animated Grinch movie, which I reviewed and you can find elsewhere on the channel. The cast is uniformly good, although naturally, Danny Glover outclasses them all. The crooks are funny, and Celie avoids being annoying, which many child actors can be. And there are some funny outtakes at the end. This is the best and most watchable of the pictures we've talked about here, but it's still a sad, pale shadow of the original Home Alone from 1990, as all of these knockoffs and sequels seem to be. Hey, you be good, like you know you should, and I'll see you in the next one.